Let's now talk to political analyst Dr. Froilan Calilong, who's joining us today. Welcome to News and Views, and thank you for joining us again, Doc.
Thank you so much, Angela, and thank you, Diego, and thank you for having me.
Well, how do you assess the current public response to Vice President Sara Duterte amid the ongoing controversies?
Well, I think we could safely say that the idea presented to us last week, especially by former Senator Trillanes and the Ombudsman and several other officials, was really to create some kind of a catastrophic effect, no,
Uh-huh.
on the part of the vice president. And I think they try to form what I would consider a stellar cast, primarily because the previous testimonies and the previous witness, Madriaga, I think really failed to demonstrate, or to bring the bombs that they are trying to orchestrate, so as to really pin down and to make it appear that the vice president is really criminally liable at this point, even if there is no impeachment trial yet. No? So that's why I think what they did last week was to really assemble this very formidable cast to really cast a doubt on the integrity of the vice president. And I think many of our countrymen, though I think many were surprised to actually have it, or to at least get that idea. I think there's still several people who think otherwise, especially when it comes to the bank secrecy law, to the AMLAC transactions, which normally shows the aggregates. No, I mean it's really the aggregated. That's why there are notions that the amount that is being said, around 6.7 billion, was really a manifestation of the aggregates. It's not really something that the vice president just simply got from one person, or an accumulation from one person giving this money to her, something like that. But rather, it's really an aggregate of all the transactions, all the inflows and the outflows that actually come to her bank accounts. And I think this is what many accountants are also trying to say, especially those that are working in the banking sector.
Well, Doc, aside from talking about yung total, yung aggregates and yung amounts, I think, I know, what do you think that would cause that even the Duterte supporters, although they are still solid behind VP Sara, a lot of them already have question marks in their head, even if there's no presumption of guilt yet. It's because sabi ng mga iba daw, parang the initial image of the Dutertes was supposed to be a family of the masses, and just seeing the amounts, kahit sabihin mo na nag-ipon yan over the years, seeing that may 6.7 billion kayong dumaan, tapos dumadaan tayo sa crisis ngayon, may madaming gutom, madaming hindi na makapaggas, ay sabi ng iba, nagdagdag daw ito sa question mark sa mga pag-iisip ng mga tao. Do you think that is also the case?
Well, possible naman talaga yun, no, Angelo, na talagang nagkaroon ng agam-agam yung ating mga kababayan regarding the integrity. After all, this is really what this quasi-trial is all about. No? It's really to paint a negative impression on the vice president. It's really to make her appear, already criminally liable even before the impeachment trial already started, because this is really more for orchestrated control of the narrative. Talagang nangyayari at mangyayari talaga yon. And I think this is really the goal to begin with. No? And kasi kung probable cause ang titignan natin, they could easily come up with a probable cause. They can easily give that to us. In fact, last year when they elevated the impeachment complaint to the Senate, there was not even a trial in the Justice Committee just like this, no? Talagang diretso siya, no? So totoo 'yun, ano, merong mga supporters ang ating ikalawang pangulo that may have been influenced at the very least to think and to contemplate, no? Totoo ba talaga to? Meron ba talagang ganitong pera, kalaking pera yung ating ikalawang pangulo? Pero ang sinasabi rin kasi rito ng mga talagang supporters din naman ng ating ikalawang pangulo at ng Duterte family is that kung totoo man na meron silang ganitong kalaking pera, bakit hindi nakikita sa kanilang lifestyle, sa kanilang wala nga raw silang property or bahay dito sa mga posh divisions. Hindi kagaya nitong mga miyembro ng ating Kongreso, no? At ilan nga dito ay nakaupo pa mismo dito sa Justice Committee, no? So I think that is the justification coming also from the supporters of the Vice President. But then again, yun namang mga nandun sa kabilang fence, no? Syempre, they're really looking at this issue here para talagang i-justify. Yung ating ikalawang Pangulo, meron talagang mga excess baggages at may mga skeletons in the closet na inilalabas nga nitong investigation na to. No? So whether or not it's really used to create a probable cause, I think the narrative that is being spun right now is already casting some kind of doubt and apprehensions from the supporters of the Vice President. But of course, those that are hardline supporters of the Vice President, I think we cannot change their perception about the Dutertes, no matter how strong and how convincing the evidences may be. They will always find ways and means to justify that the Vice President is clean, that she's utterly honest, among other things.
Well, during the course of the proceedings, last will be on the April 29, what are your observations personally as a political analyst, taking away let's say, the statements of Ramil Madriaga? As you said, it's not, it doesn't hold water. But what about the issue on bank statements, SALN, notice of disallowance? What else? No, the confidential funds issue. Do you think these evidence will hold water to, finally convict or impeach Vice President Sara Duterte?
I think there's really no change in the positioning of the Congress when it comes to this confidential funds, this COA findings. Primarily because ito rin naman yung naging laman nung nakaraan na reklamo, no. So definitely they're still going to amplify on this, and they're really going to make use of this. Only this time around, mas pinalalim nila, no, by trying to come up with this figure, because dati kasi ang ipinag-uusapan lang yung paggasta niya nung 11 days nung 75 million, ano. Pero right now kasi na pumasok na yung billion, I think what the Justice Committee is trying to approximate here is that the Vice President is already in the billions, kasi ang lagi nating iniisip at binabanggit dati, dapat ang pagtuunan natin yung flood control, kasi doon trillions at billions ang usapan Yung maleta diplomacy kasi billions yun And right now that the Vice President na ilabas na nila yung narrative at yung itong ang idea that she also has billions, so she's now being elevated to that league, And again, it may cast a doubt on her integrity, definitely, moving forward in the impeachment. So, ang maganda nga lang dito talaga, Diego, Angela, is ituloy na natin yung impeachment for if they really have the numbers, and if they don't need this orchestrations anymore, they don't need this investigations anymore, ituloy na natin at magbotohan na yung plenaryo para magkaalaman na. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang tingin ko rito, kaya nila ito ginagawa primarily is to condition the minds of the people, especially the constituents, nung mga congressman coming from different districts to vote in favor of the impeachment. Because let's face it, medyo marami kasing mga kongresista ngayon ang medyo nag-iisip-isip, at maaring hindi talaga sila sold completely to the idea of impeachment. But then again, if the public, if the people, if their constituents in their respective districts will be convinced that the Vice President's integrity is really compromised, it's really being put into question, their vote of approving the impeachment complaint will now be at least vindicated or validated by the sentiments of the people coming from their constituents, more importantly. So I think this is what they're trying to project here, and this is really what they're trying to see. And I think with the 2 or 3 investigations that the Justice Committee already conducted, I think they could very well have already established this intent and this purpose. And so ang challenge ko sana is magbotohan na. Para magkaalaman na at para matapos na, ma-elevate na natin sa Senate kung ito talaga yung gustong mangyari, ito talaga yung trajectory nitong issue na to, di dali na natin sa kinauukulan para doon magawa na talaga yung proper trial.
Well, talking about finally on my end, talking about casting a doubt sa mga minds ng mga tao, even a little doubts about the integrity of Vice President Sara Duterte, and not taking into account whether matatransmit to sa Senate o hindi. Do you think that doubt that is casted in their minds is enough kung katuluyan sa presidential election to at least make the battle for presidency a little bit more exciting? Given yung numbers ni VP Lenny, kahit wala pang declaration, has increased steadily. Meron siyang paangat na numbers. So, do you think this will be a closer fight than expected kung matuloy lumaban ng Vice President?
Well, ako talaga, Angelo, I firmly believe that this is always good for democracy. For as long as we will be able to look into the very nature and the very considerations as to why we actually have these issues, this will always be very good for us, no? And yun nga, sinasabi natin that she is the front runner, pero hindi nothing is really cast in stone yet, no? Hindi pa din ba talaga tayo sigurado rito, no? Although she has a solid base, I think hindi naman malayo mangyari na mabawasan to, no, especially if the impeachment case will drag along, ano. And dito natin makikita siguro talaga, no, yung klase ng stronghold nitong mga Dutertes doon sa kanilang mga loyal fan base, if they could really withstand any kind of political storm that will come, including this impeachment. And from there, we will be able to see. But at the end of it all, I believe that if there are several angles and there are several situations that will precipitate or that will give rise to various considerations, I think that will always be good for our democracy. And in the end, ang maganda rito is nabibigyan tayo ng right guidance, the proper options, heading into the polls, no? Para hindi natin makommit yung same mistakes na nangyari sa atin in the past, because definitely we deserve, as a country, as a people, we deserve very good leaders.
Alright, sige. As always, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Dr. Froilan Calilog. Thank you.
Salamat.